Labour Minister Jennifer Baptiste-Primus has accused Public Services Association President Watson Duke of disrespecting women and girls. The minister's statements follow comments made by the PSA President on a morning talk show earlier this week when he made derogatory statements about her appearance. Khrystal Wilson has more in this report.
PSA President Watson Duke appeared as a guest on a morning talk show on Thursday. It was during that interview Mr. Duke mentioned the Labour Minister was unable to look him in the face since he became president of the PSA over a decade ago. It's reported that during the interview, Mr. Duke referred to the Labour Minister as unattractive. Following his comments, the host of the program scolded the PSA President for his statement and said, "I think that is totally inappropriate, Mr. Duke. It's all well and good to get these exchanges, but when it comes to that sort of personal attack, I will ask you to please desist." Meanwhile, Labour Minister wasted no time in responding. In a release issued, she said Mr. Duke left a distasteful mark of disrespect toward and disregard for all the honest, hard-working, dedicated and committed women and girls of Trinidad and Tobago. Baptiste-Primus also commended the talk show host for what she described as his spontaneous and vehement rejection of Duke's unbecoming, unprofessional and unethical conduct. And extending support to the Labour Minister is the women's arm of the People's National Movement. The group also issued a release and described Mr. Duke's comments as distasteful and disrespectful, and further stated the Labour Minister needs no affirmation of her beauty from him or anyone else. The PNM Women's Group also reminded the PSA leader that women are not objects and cautioned him to keep the name of Mrs. Baptiste-Primus out of his mouth. The League also called for Mr. Duke to apologize for what they described as sexist statements which show a lack of respect for all women. And Mr. Duke took to his Facebook page today and insisted he makes no apologies for what he said.
And looking at the way the PNM Women's Group respond and the way Jennifer Baptiste respond, I am now concluding here on this live that Jennifer Baptiste is totally unattractive. She's unattractive for allowing thousands of workers to lose their jobs in Petrotrin without defending those jobs. She's unattractive for allowing so much hardship to come in this country without defending the cost of living for workers. At least, if you can't give an increase, give an adjustment in the cost of living allowance.
Calls to Mrs. Jennifer Baptiste-Primus for a response went unanswered. Khrystal Wilson, TTT News.